Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lesson 2 of your Personal Shift Challenge. Today, we're going to move into what I call the stage, or the stages, of a personal growth challenge. I just want to reiterate a little bit what I talked about yesterday and why we need to shift, and how the world is changing and how we need to change with it. We can stay the same. We can stay stuck. We can stay in the place where we need to do everything for ourselves, that we need to create our own success, we have to create our own wealth, we have to create our own joy, we have to create our own happiness, that it's all on us. It's all sitting right here on our shoulders. Or, this is what I'm going to do, and I want you to do with me, is I want you to lift all of that burden. Take it all off your shoulders and let it go. Because we are beginning to understand, not just in a spiritual way, because there's lots of spiritual awakenings happening, but also even from a scientific point of view. All of this is being proven in a quantum physics way. Everything is energy. Energy, cells, molecules. It all breaks down to energy. We're energy. My table is energy. The book I'm writing my notes on is energy. My coffee is energy. Everything is energy. The trees outside, the sky, the universe, my emotions, my thoughts, the words that are pouring out of my mouth are energy. Everything is energy. And we can impact that energy by using the words that come out of our mouth, the thoughts we think, the beliefs we hold, our actions, how we interact with other energetic forms, and that can be life forms and even non-life forms. How do we react with the planet? How do we react with the stars? How do we react with everything about us? Everything's connected, and that's the beauty. That's the beauty of it. It's no longer is it up to us to know how to do everything and to control everything. When you start to get into this world of personal shift, you can realize that you don't have to worry about anything. Nothing. You don't worry about anything because it's all connected and it's all planned to work out in the highest way as long as the vibration is there. You know, if the vibration is high, everything around that high vibrating organism, creature, belief, word, thought, planet is going to be highly vibrational. So, not going to get on that soapbox, but that's where I want you to start to move if you want to let go of all of this burden that we've been carrying for so long. When we think of ourselves as just that spark, not just that spark, that, oh my God, you're a spark of the universe, we think of that as ourselves, that we are part of this big, massive, ever-expanding something. I don't even know what to call it. Some people call it God. A lot of people call it the universe. Some people call it source. You can call it whatever you want. I call it the something because I don't know what it is. It just is. It's the is-ness. And I said that to someone the other day. It's just the is-ness of it all. So we're part of that is-ness of it all. So that's where I want us to go. I want us to open our hearts and open our minds and open our eyes and open our lips and be a part of that is-ness. Not just an individual anymore who needs to control everything, who needs to figure everything out, who needs to know the answers of how to do this, that, and something else. We don't want to be there anymore. That's the old way. We want to be in the new way, the way where we're part of this something bigger, something expansive, and something fantastic. It sure is fantastic in the sense of magical fantastic, but it is. And if you want to read the science on it, and if that's your bag to read the science, read the science. It's all there. If you want to read the spiritual writings, it's there too. It's all the same. They're all saying the same thing, just in a different way. Okay, I've rambled enough. Now I want to talk about these 4 steps that I've put together. The SAGE: surrender, allow, gratitude or growth, and finally evolution, our own evolution. So today, being the second lesson in this series, I'm going to start on the S for surrender. Now, what I mean by surrender is not giving up your power. It's keeping all your power. It's understanding all of your power. You see, I was in a relationship with a man for a lot of years, and I gave up my power. I surrendered because it was easier to surrender to whatever he said and wanted than it was to fight about everything. That was surrendering on a totally different level. That's not the surrender I'm talking about. I'm not talking about giving away your power. I'm talking about surrendering your troubles, surrendering your needs to figure things out. It's surrendering that control in a good way, in a way that is supportive of you instead of tearing away from you, which is the other kind of surrender that I lived through and that I willingly participated in way back in another life form when I wasn't the me I am now. Anyway, I'm not talking about surrender like that. What I'm talking about is surrendering the need to know how your life's going to unfold. Maybe I talk to a lot of women who are either starting businesses or they have some kind of personal issues in their life that they're trying to overcome. It might be a situation. It might be relationships. It might be some depression or sadness or grief or loss, or there could be anything, but it doesn't matter what the situation is for any of us. We're all trying to figure out how to make it different. So what I'm saying is surrender the how to make it different. Surrender it. You don't know. I don't know. Heck, I'm a coach. I coach women all the time. And I don't have the answers. Maybe that sounds kind of strange coming from a coach. I don't have the answers. All I know is the answers come when we create the space for them. And by surrendering the need to know the answers, we create a space for the answers to come to us. I remember from high school, my science class, nature abhors a vacuum. Well, create a vacuum. We have to create the vacuum. And when we create the vacuum, the answers can come in. What we need can come in. The ideas, the serendipities, the happy accidents, the wonderful strokes of luck can come in. Once we release the need to have this wall around us, really, because it's what it feels like to me. When I'm trying to control the situation and figure everything out for myself, it's like I have a wall around me. And I'm so hard, I'm trying to push everything out from me. I'm trying to push everything out, do everything myself, and get it out through that wall and reach the world. And wow, I'm tired thinking about that. It's so much easier when you take down that wall and you surrender. You say, okay, universe, God, source, whatever you want to call it, whatever your belief is, whoever you feel is out there. If it's God, it's wonderful. If it's source, that's beautiful. Drop the barriers between you and that, the is-ness. Drop the barrier and let things come to you. So this is what we're surrendering. We're surrendering our need to control our situation, our need to know the answers, know the hows, know the steps. We're surrendering our feeling that we are in control. We're letting that go. And that can be scary to say, I'm no longer in control. I'm not in control of this anymore. I am giving it up. You know what? Get your tennis racket out and you ball and you flop it over the net and the ball's in their court. It's not in your court anymore. You're getting rid of that ball. You're letting it do its thing. And what will come back to you is the answer, the solution, the happy accident, the stroke of luck. All of those things are going to come back to you because you've opened up to it. So that's the surrendering. I'm just checking my notes. So I've talked about the surrendering, our need to control everything. You know, we have to control everything in our life. We have this need, and it's been trained into us because if we didn't control everything, we were told that we were lazy or we weren't conscientious or, you know, we weren't careful enough. Forget all that. Let it go. That ego gets on your shoulder and says, you need to figure this out. Brush him off. Tell her to get lost. And just surrender it. Surrender it to God, universe, is-ness, whatever. The something out there. So surrendering the need to know how. Here's another one. Surrendering your need to be right. Now I went to, many years ago, I went to T. Harv Eker was having a conference, and I went to that. And there are some things that stick in my mind from that weekend I spent there. And one of the things is I can be right or I can be rich. Well, what he was saying is that you can prove yourself right when you're saying, I don't know how. That'll never happen for me. I don't come from a rich family. I don't come from a successful family. All my family have anxiety issues. You can say all those things and believe all those things. And you can prove yourself right by creating all that stuff and attracting all that stuff and holding all that stuff to yourself. Or you can be rich in joy and happiness and money and abundance and travel and experiences and adventures and love and everything. So you can be right and hold on to all of those old beliefs, all those old limiting beliefs. You can be right. And you'll prove it right by holding on to them. You prove yourself right. Or you can let them all go and you can be rich. And I don't just mean that in a money way, but rich in life. Totally up to you. You can be right or you can be rich. So I'm going to leave that one there with you. So that's the need to be right. And we're going to surrender our outrage and surrender our anger and surrender any bitterness. I see this so much right now with what's going on in our political systems in Canada, in the UK, and Europe, and the US. I'm sure there's a reason to be outraged. There's a reason to be angry. Everywhere, no matter where you live, you can find one. You can certainly find one. find a reason to be outraged. Now, I'm not saying that we should look upon situations that are happening in the world and that are hurting people, that are bad for our democracies or bad for our societies, and say that it's all right, but give up the outrage about it. Don't carry the anger, don't carry the bitterness, don't carry the hatred, don't carry the stress. Surrender it. You know, if there are rallies going on, and I'm seeing these more and more, don't go to those. If you feel the need to change something about what's going on in the world, do it with your energy, by hugging people, by talking to people, by saying nice things, by just even sitting home and meditating and sending out love to the world. You're impacting it more. You're impacting it more. And when you're impacting your family and your friends and you're just being kind and loving, you're setting that stage. That's where we need to take our outrage and take our anger, surrender them all, and move them into a place of love. That's the only way we're going to change in a peaceful way. You know, we could go out and we could beat the world over the head to try and make changes, but it's not real change. And I think that's obvious. You know, all the issues that were out, that were discussed in the 60s when I was a little kid, racism, misogyny, women as sexual objects. All those things are still here. They didn't go away. They're coming up again because we didn't really fix it. The only thing that's going to fix it is loving one another, caring about one another, and embracing one another. Picketing and forcing people to think the way you think, that's not the answer. Anyway, that's my soapbox on that one. So giving up all that outrage of what's going on in the world or what you see out even in your own family or in your own circle or in your job, let it go. Let it go. Just stay in your lane. Just stay in your lane and love those people as best you can, knowing that they are in a different place. And by holding them in your heart, holding them in that loving light, you are impacting them more than if you're trying to get them to see your point of view by arguing with them. That never works. It's energy. We're right back to its energy. Just put out a beautiful energy. Surrender everything else. Surrendering all of that. So that's stepping out of the drama. We don't need drama in our life. Just step away from it. Someone's trying to create drama in your life? Sorry, I gotta go. I have an appointment. Make an excuse, do whatever you have to do, get away from the drama. Drama sucks the life out of us. It's the way the world has controlled us. Look at TV. Oh, wait, we have drama programs? Everything's drama on TV. News programs are drama. Everything is drama. Step away from that. Close the book on it. Turn the TV off. Don't watch the news. It's okay to know what's going on in the world in a big sense, but you don't need to know the details. You don't need the drama. So let it go. Surrender it. Surrender everything that doesn't feel good. So if something makes you feel sad or angry or hurt, give it up. Surrender. Yeah, this is a big task. Surrendering is a big task, and it impacts every moment of every day. But this is what we have to do. So yesterday, on the first lesson video, I talked about writing down this list of everything that is creating any kind of struggle in your life, struggle, worry, stress, angst, anger, any of those feelings, anything that you are bumping up against. And today is all about going through that list and surrendering it. You know, if you've got a teddy bear or an angel, like my little angel here, I don't know if you can see her very well. If you've got a little angel, pour it out to your angel, your teddy bear, the universe, the sun. I don't care what you use. If you use even an object, but surrender it. I surrender this situation to God, the universe, the angels, whatever. Let it go. Let go of the need to figure it out. Let go of the need to fix it. Let go of the need that we all have as humans to know how to do everything. Let it go and let the answers in. Because when you release it, then you can get the new answers. And that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow, is I'm going to talk about allowing in those answers. Allowing in what is going to serve you as opposed to what is going to create angst and anxiety and anger and fear and all of those things. We don't want those anymore. We're going to trust. We're going to start to trust the universe. Yeah, we'll get my notes here again. So, finally, surrender to your own needs. Now, this is self-care. This is self-care. Surrendering to your need to take care of yourself. Surrendering to what your body needs. Surrendering to what your mind needs. Surrendering to what your heart needs. This video is actually a little late today because I didn't get up as early as I had thought I would. I was tired. I'm fighting a cold, so I stayed in bed a little bit longer. And I had that extra half an hour of sleep. Part of me wanted to say, no, you have to get up and you have to do this and you have to be on time. And I thought, why? Who's going to die if I don't have this video out on time to you today? Whose time is it anyway? It was only a construct that I put in my head that I wanted it out at a certain time. It wasn't someone else's deadline. It was only my own. So I created my own stress over a deadline that really wasn't even real. So I surrendered to my own need to go back to sleep for a little while and wake up a little bit more refreshed. Now, I know sometimes you don't always have that luxury, but if you do, do it. Take care of yourself. You know, if you need that extra 5 minutes in the shower to just let the water run and let the stress wash away from your mind and your body and your persona, just let it go. So that's surrendering to your own needs as well. It's not just surrendering your troubles. Surrender to the needs of your body, the needs of your mind, and the needs of your heart. And let others, that's my final note in my little book, is let everyone else take care of their own problems. It's not your responsibility to take care of everyone else's problems and to figure out everyone else's problems. So while you're surrendering all your problems and letting the universe show up with the answers, show up with the solutions, show up with the everything you need, give back responsibility to everyone else for their own needs. That's a lot of stuff I covered today. That's a lot of surrendering. I want you to go through that list that you created of all the things that are causing you worry or stress in any way, and surrender each of those issues specifically. You know, I want you to say to a mirror or to an angel or whatever, go out and talk to the sun or tree. Surrender it. Say, I surrender. I don't know this answer. I don't know how to deal with this. So I'm just letting it go. I'm letting it be in your court. I'm letting the ball be in your court. And then notice if there's something your body is saying it needs, something your mind is saying it needs. It may need a nap after that. It may need a meditation session. It may just need to go and sit under a tree. Whatever it is, surrender to it. Surrender to those feelings of needing a nap or needing a 5 minutes away, or, whatever that is. Whatever it is to get out of the headspace that you were in, surrender to that and go and find a quiet spot or whatever it is it calls to you. That's part of the surrendering process. Not just surrendering your how-tos, but surrendering to what your needs are, what your real needs are, like what your body's needs are, what your heart says it needs, what your mind needs to find that stillness and that vacuum so that all this good stuff can come in. So that's my final word, is surrendering and allowing everyone else, surrendering the need to fix everyone else. Allow everyone else to take care of themselves. We all have the same resources in the universe. They have them too. And I know it's hard to not want to fix people and fix their problems. That's not your job. Your job is not to fix other people's problems. It's to help them, yes. Just to show them love, give them support, hold them in your loving embrace, whether that's physically or energetically, but it's not to fix them. It's not to fix their problems. That's their job. Yours is just to fix you. So that's surrendering. Tomorrow we'll talk about allowing things in, and how do we open ourselves to that allowing. And that's it for me today. I think I've gone longer than I wanted to, but hey, it's a big topic. So much love. And I'll see you all on day 3. Bye-bye for now. Linda Symonds, over and out.